Some of you attended the Heart and Soul auction at Christie's on Tuesday evening, when Dr. Paul Farmer received the Forest Church Award for Humanitarian Service. You may also have attended Holly's program on Dr. Farmer and his organization Partners in Health last Sunday after services. What's the key to Farmer's remarkable success in treating destitute people in Haiti and around the world? There's a single elegant explanation: commitment. Farmer was one of 6 children born to a nomadic father and an uncomplaining mother. His homes as a child included an old bus, numerous trailer parks, and an old boat. Even so, he won a scholarship to Duke University, where he studied anthropology and graduated with highest honors. After graduation, Farmer traveled to Haiti, where he was appalled by the poverty and suffering of the Haitian people. He found that he simply could not turn his back on them. In the little village of Cange, in one of the most impoverished and diseased regions of Haiti, Farmer decided to set up a small clinic and get to work. About the same time, he entered a joint MD-PhD program at Harvard. His fellow students soon began calling him Paul Foreigner, because he spent most of his time in Haiti, showing up back in Cambridge only to take exams. As Farmer commuted between Haiti and Harvard, he began to notice that religious faith, which was disdained at Harvard, was profoundly important to the poor. Farmer says, "I was taken with the idea that in an ostensibly godless world that worshiped money and power, or, more seductively, a sense of personal efficacy and advancement, like at Duke and at Harvard, there was still a place to look for God, and that was in the suffering of the poor." "You want to talk crucifixion?" Farmer asked. "I'll show you crucifixion." Farmer says he designed his life around what he calls areas of moral clarity, situations where what ought to be done seems perfectly clear, regardless of the difficulty. In the language of liberation theology, Farmer embodies a preferential option for the poor. Tracy Kidder writes of Farmer in his book, Mountains Beyond Mountains. He said, "Patients come first, prisoners second, and students third." But this didn't leave out much of humanity. Every sick person seemed to be a potential patient of Farmer's, and every healthy person a potential student. In his mind, he was fighting all poverty all the time, an endeavor full of difficulties and inevitable failures. For him, for Farmer, the reward was inward clarity, and the price, perpetual anger, or at best discomfort with the world, not always on the surface, but always there. Farmer simply refuses to accept any excuse, no matter how reasonable, for not treating the poor. He once spent a small fortune to medevac a young Haitian boy who had a rare form of cancer to a hospital at Harvard. He once hiked 7 hours over rough terrain just to check whether one of his patients had taken his AIDS medication at the right time. He had. For Paul Farmer, there is no such thing as trying too hard. After following Farmer around for a number of months, Tracy Kidder wondered what could drive someone to such efforts. Farmer responded simply, "The problem is, if I don't work this hard, someone will die who doesn't have to." He laughs off people who call him a saint, but then says, "People call me a saint, and I think I have to work harder, because a saint would be a great thing to be." Today, Partners in Health employs more than 11,000 people in more than 12 countries. How did this happen? Paul Farmer made a commitment to the people of Haiti, and he didn't look back. He made a commitment. He had the will, and he found the way. As elegant explanations go, this is one of the best. Things get done in this world because someone makes a commitment to do them. You learn by going where you have to go. To those of you whose decision to join All Souls today we celebrate, I commend you. You have made a commitment. You had the will, and you found your way. No one yet knows how your life and our world will be different because of the commitment you have made, any more than the people of Haiti could have known the difference Paul Farmer has made. But soon they learned, as will we. Your commitment will become the elegant explanation of the difference you will make. And what about the rest of us? What if you happen to be singing the blues today? For my part, I believe Etta James sang more truth than she realized. To have the will is to know the way. To have the power is to see the path. We learn by going where we have to go. So, get going. Ask yourself where in your life you need to stop waffling and make a commitment. Ask yourself where you need to start going and make progress. Things will get done in your life because you make a commitment to do them. You learn by going where you have to go. Explanations don't get more elegant than this. Amen. I love you. May God bless us all.